All right. So, hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy new moon. I'm just making sure that we are all set up on the tech end of things. So, if you are, wherever you are, if you're on YouTube or you're on Instagram, if you would be so kind as to give me a thumbs up emoji or something that the audio is good, that you can hear me loud and clear. There's no issues on your end. I would really appreciate it so that I can make sure we're ready to go. Try to get this light situated. Oh, and I am going to recommend that you have a journal with you. Or if you want to and have your computer nearby or something and you'd rather type digitally, you could do that as well. And I'm realizing now I don't have a pen. So give me just a moment. I thought I had everything, but right, I forget the one essential thing, which is something to write with. Okay, here's a pen in my purse. Okay, I got a journal. This is my cool journal. Check out this journal. This little beauty. I don't know if some of you recognize the art on this was painted by my beautiful friend Cassandra at Dream State Visions. This is one of her pieces, Galactic Being, I think is what it's called. And you can help support her. She makes beautiful journals and all sorts of cool stuff. So let's see here. All right. I'm going to get into my notes. And we're going to pause for a moment and just really come into this space. And just center ourselves in the space that we are. And grant ourselves full permission to be here now. With this group of awakened creators, with this new moon in Sagittarius, with each other, with ourselves, with our hearts open. And excuse me, as we move through today's creative ritual, we're just going to do what feels good. And I am welcoming you to interact in the chat, to share how you're feeling when you agree with something. Let's just be together in this space fully and completely and be present with each other. So I'm going to talk while I get some goodies going. I'm going to light some Palo Santo incense here. So this new moon, today's new moon, well, let me back up. Why am I doing this? Why awakened creators? You talk about creativity stuff. Why the hell are you talking about moons? Why are we doing new moon and full moon rituals? Here's why. When you think about the creative process and you think about how creative energy flows, it is very cyclical by nature. It comes up, it fades back, it regenerates again. You become re-inspired, you take some action, you turn back inwards, it regenerates again. Creative energy is itself very, very cyclical. And if you're not treating it like it's cyclical, if you're still stuck in the mindset that it's a linear process, that you always have to go from A to B, that you should start and finish your projects in the same day, the same week, the same month, like if you're putting all that pressure on yourself and you're not allowing yourself that time to rest, then you want to readjust that, because what you're running up against, that resistance, is your body, is that creative energy, your intuition literally telling you it's cyclical. Now's the time to step back. Now's the time to push forward. Now's the time to step back. Now's the time to push forward. Okay. So, working with the new moon and the full moon specifically will help you really get in the energy of cycles and really just make friends with the idea of moving through life in a very cyclical way. And I personally can testify to the power of this energy, in that, especially with these new moons, planting the seeds of my intentions for the next 6 months and literally seeing them manifest by the time the full moon in that same sign presents itself. So I have evidence from my own life that working with the moons works. And I want to share that information and knowledge with you all so that you can really start making progress if you feel like you're not making progress. So, Video Game Psychic says, I still struggle with that. I get so excited when working on a project. I don't want to stop or leave it hanging. I feel you. Our culture, our society is very, very go, 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 push, push, push. We really do not always honor the resting. But all you have to do is look at nature and remind yourself it is a normal, natural part of nature to rest, then push, then rest, then push. If you are familiar with the birthing process, right? What are we doing as creatives? We're birthing things. We're taking stuff that was immaterial, we're letting it gestate, we're letting it grow, and then we are presenting it, we're birthing it into the world as a physical something, right? That process is very cyclical. The process of birth is very push, breathe, push, breathe, right? So it all works together, and we're all just learning or practicing. So be gentle with yourself if you feel like there are still little things that you want to improve on. That's good information to have. So no judgment. All right. So, like I mentioned, when we come across a new moon, what is a new moon? A new moon is when the moon is sitting between the earth and the sun. So the moon is still up in the sky. We just can't see it. It's not illuminated by the sun, which means that we're given a chance, an opportunity to really face into the darkness, into the void, into our shadows, into that part of creation that's unknown, that we can seed with our intentions going forward. Okay. So, like I mentioned in the past, there was a new moon in Gemini, and I want to say that it was last year that I planted the intention to be able to quit my job sooner than I expected. Like, that was just my intention, was very kind of vague and general. I'm able to leave my job sooner than I expected. And I planted that seed at the new moon in Gemini, and I folded the paper away, I tucked it away. I honestly forgot all about it. Well, come the full moon in Gemini, which happens in December each year and is coming up, that's going to be the next one, I was already making plans to quit my job in a way that I had never, I never imagined that it would happen in the way that it did. I couldn't have planned it that way. So really, truly work with these energies and you will be able to see tremendous growth. Sure, you can manifest things a lot faster, but in my experience, allowing that 6 months of regeneration will work very powerfully and well for those of you who are still really getting comfortable with your ability to manifest things. Okay. So we want to always think about, when there's a new moon, the energies of the sign. So if you're not familiar with astrology very much. Don't despair. You don't need to become an astrologer. This isn't going to become the astrology ritual where we're going to dive all deep and stuff. Just understand the basic 12 archetypes will give you enough information to really work well with the moon. So this new moon that we have today is a new moon in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign. It's adaptable, it's flexible, it is fiery. It does want to push forward. That's that, kind of fiery masculine energy, but it is a little bit more adaptable and flexible. And for me, Sagittarius is really a sign about adventure, storytelling, right? Storytelling in the way the stories we tell about who we are, our story, right? It's about beliefs. What do we believe? Where do we believe we get to go in life, right? What are we aiming for, right? Sagittarius is the archer. What is that archer aiming at? That's where we're sending our intention. We are sending our energy with the arrow of Sagittarius, and we're saying, that's my destination. That's my destiny, right? You are in charge of that. And we're going to get there through fire, through action. We're going to take action towards our destiny, our destination. Okay. So, with today's new moon, what I really want you to do, and what we're going to do together, is we're going to get in touch with our destiny, our destination, where we're heading next. And we're going to allow all the old stories of where we thought we were going or where other people want us to go. And we're going to tune into our own hearts, our own vision, and we're going to fire up our solar plexus, our will, and we're going to say, that's where we're going. Where my heart and my vision align is where I'm going to put my energy towards. So those are the seeds we're going to be planting today. So if you saw on my Instagram, and I think I shared it in the YouTube community as well, I gave you already 4 affirmations for this new moon, and we're going to read those and we're going to kind of marinate on them. But we're also going to have a moment for each of us to create our own. And you don't have to share your affirmations, your intentions with the group, but you can. And if you do, share it in the chat. I will read it aloud and affirm it for you, for all of us as a group, when we get into that part of today's ritual. So if you feel comfortable sharing, please do. If you do not, no pressure whatsoever. Wizard trick 101 is keep those intentions private so long as you need to, okay? There is absolutely no shame in holding your manifestations close to the chest and not revealing your cards to anyone or anything that could blow doubt into them. Okay, same thing for when you are creating. If you are not ready to share your creations with the world, do not pressure yourself to put it out there. There's a big difference between feeling fear, like you need to go put your stuff in the art show and you're kind of nervous about it. There's that. And then there's also that intuitive knowing, I'm just not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. And you need to honor that. Okay. Yeah, this new moon is perfect for breathing new life into our creative endeavors. Absolutely. That is exactly what we're going to do today. So I am going to read the 4 affirmations that I created for this new moon. And then we'll take a moment to pause and each write down maybe 1 or 2 or 3 more specific for ourselves. And then we will get into an alignment. So I will take you through a little bit of a meditation, and then we'll begin our like an invocation to the new moon and set our intentions, plant those seeds, and affirm all of those things for everyone. So like I said, if you want to share it publicly, you can, but no pressure. Just gonna take a drink. All right. So the first affirmation that I have for this new moon in Sagittarius is, I am aiming my heart toward greater joy and creative fulfillment. I am aiming my heart towards greater joy and creative fulfillment. I am seeing myself in a brand new light, befitting my highest potential. And maybe as you listen to these, you just breathe into them. I am seeing myself in a brand new light, befitting my highest potential. That's where we're letting go of those old stories of who we used to be, who people want us to be. All of that just gets to fall away. I am shifting my story to honor what my heart wishes to become. I am shifting my story to honor what my heart wishes to become. So again, we are pointing our arrow with our heart, not our mind, not our ego, not where other people tell us, is this good over here? Will I be acceptable if I point it this way? Mm-mm. We're listening to our heart. We're honoring where our heart wants us to become. I am ready to act as if I'm already my highest and greatest version. I am ready to act as if I am already my highest and greatest version. Remembering that Sagittarius is a fire sign, it takes action. It sets its sights on where it wants to go, and it starts moving in that direction. Okay, this feels a lot like the Knight of Wands in the Tarot. We are pointing our arrow. Now, I want you to create some of your own affirmations, and I'm going to do the same. And we'll just take a moment here to do that, okay? So get out your journals. And like I said, if you feel comfortable sharing, you can. Try to frame your affirmation as an I am statement. Try to frame it as something already happening in the present. And make sure it's something you can get behind, okay? Make sure it's something you feel energetically you can get behind. You can believe this. You can feel you're moving in that direction, okay? So how are you rewriting your story with this new moon? Where are you setting your sights now? What are you becoming next? What does your heart wish to become? How are you acting as if that's your destination, if that's what your heart wants to become, if that's what you're aiming for now? How are you acting as if? What does that feel like? Who are you being moment to moment? Okay. So again, if you feel like sharing your affirmations, you can. You don't have to. But if you do, I will affirm them for the group and for you as we get into the ritual alignment. So take a few more moments just to wrap it up. You can always, after we finish today, if you feel you have more intentions on your heart, then by all means, spend as much time after we complete our time together today and write as many as you would like to, keeping in mind the archetype of this new moon, the energy of this new moon, and trying to align your intentions with that energy so that they can really go a lot farther. So we're not working against it, right? We're trying to work with that archetype. Okay, great. We got a few already in the chat. So I'm going to, I hope that I can scroll up later. Okay, good, I can. And I apologize if when I read these later, I miss someone. I'm sorry in advance. They can be kind of tricky to scroll on my phone. Okay. So let's set that to the side for just a moment. And I want you to keep your intentions close to your heart, right? You wrote them, so you know them. You know what seeds you're planting as we connect with the energy of this new moon. And I'm just going to lead us through a brief alignment and meditation just to get us really into that heart space and once again affirm all of our intentions for this new moon in Sagittarius. Okay, so make sure you feel space, that you feel safe and grounded. You again give yourself full permission to be here now, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. So taking some deep breaths in Letting it out through your mouth. Just release. And again, deep breath in. Holding and release. And one more deep breath in. Hold for just a moment and release. And placing our hands on our hearts. And focusing our attention on our third eye, so the space between your brows. Continuing to breathe. Breathing into that solar plexus, into your belly. So we are connecting here, hands on heart chakra. Focus on third eye chakra and breath in the solar plexus chakra. These are the players today. I am aiming my heart towards greater joy and creative fulfillment. I am seeing myself in a brand new light, befitting my highest potential. I am shifting my story to honor what my heart wishes to become. I am ready to act as if I'm already my highest and greatest version. I am allowing my heart to lead me to my most authentic expression of self. I am capable of anything, and I create my own reality. I am safe to share my true self with the world, and my art blesses others. I am a source of love, and my value is determined by me and only me. These are amazing, you guys. I am a creative being, and my voice is worthy of expression. Amen. I am releasing any limitation I have placed on my creative expression. Spirit, as we speak these words into the ethers, into the void, into the quantum realms, as we use the power inherent within us that we were born with to create and make manifest that which we desire, our own version of heaven on earth, we affirm these things. We plant them deep into this rich soil of this new moon in Sagittarius. We bless it with this mutable fire. And we know that by nurturing and protecting these affirmations, these intentions, they will grow. It is inevitable. There is no other way it could possibly be, because it is the law. What we be is what comes. And Spirit, we are here as a group, as a loving group of awakened creators, to say yes, 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 yes to the power vested within us to create a masterpiece with our own life. So it is with love unconditional that we affirm these things today for ourselves and for each other, that we harness the power of group intentions to create a world that is overflowing with love in our own lives and in the lives of others. And we thank you for the opportunity to do so now and forevermore. And as we speak it, so it shall become, and so it is. Amen. Take a big, deep breath in, allowing all of that to integrate into your energetic field, knowing and trusting that what you've planted here today will grow, it will sprout, and that your only job now is to protect those intentions, to nurture them, to water them, and to let them be, to let them grow, right? You don't need to tell an acorn how to become an oak tree. You don't need to tell a flower seed how to become a flower. You simply plant it, give it what it needs, nurture it, protect it, and it will grow. So keep an eye on the full moon in Sagittarius, which would occur when the sun is in Gemini, which I think will be in May next year or so. Again, you can manifest things a lot faster than 6 months. However, these new moon and full moon cycles do give us the opportunity to really make friends with that patterning, that 6-month patterning. So, like I said, keep an eye out. Remember, I kept my little intentions and I opened them back up, and I was amazed at the things that had changed and shifted in my life by the time that full moon came back around. So, keep those nearby. You are absolutely working magic. You are a magical being. We are all magical beings. We are creatives. Like, come on, there's no one more magical on the planet than us who are actively creating in everything we do, right? We create art, we express ourselves, and we also create art with our lives, with who we are. We decorate our bodies, we transform ourselves into beings that we want to be. We dye our hair crazy colors, like we just be who we want to be. Our whole life is a creation, is a divine creation, and we are constantly creating. And we can allow our subconscious and our past and things to run the show, or we can be awakened creators, and we can create it ourselves, and we can do it our way, and we can make manifest a life beyond our wildest dreams. So remembering the new moon is also a time of self-care, right? It's the darkened moon. It's going inward. It's planting those tender seeds. So if you feel like you need a little extra love today, know that you are right on track. That's perfectly fine. So go ahead and get yourself into a bath later. Take a little extra time, maybe roll back into bed, take a nap today, whatever it is that you need to. And however you want to treat your intentions, maybe you want to burn them, maybe you want to tuck them away, maybe you want to bury it into the earth. Whatever feels good to you is what I would recommend that you do. And we will meet again for a full moon ritual next month. So there's a full moon in Gemini, and that moon, we're really going to take a look at our inner and outer dialogue, and we're going to look for opportunities to elevate, right? So a full moon in opposition to a new moon is about examination, illumination, taking a look at who we are without judgment, of course, but with the intention to elevate always into our highest and greatest versions. So thank you so much for being with me. I am so happy to connect with you. I feel like I get to do like the coolest stuff and just chill with my friends. I would have been doing this kind of stuff anyway, so it's awesome to be able to share my process and a beautiful ritual with you all. I literally got goosebumps reading all of your intentions. You are just magical, like so good and way better than I could have done it all by myself. So Thank you all for adding your individual energy to this ceremony, to this ritual. And I really want to just welcome those of you who are feeling like there's this next step coming for you. There's this next evolution. Like you're ready to step fully into your creative being, into who you've always meant to be. The Creative Rebirth program is coming. It's coming so soon. And I want to invite you to go to creativerebirthonline.com to learn more. This is going to be a 13-week sacred container of complete and utter transformation. You will not be the same when you step out. You will be aligned with your creative truth and who you are meant to be as a creator on this planet. So if you're ready to transform completely and you're ready to let go of who you've been and step into who you know at a soul level you were always meant to become, I welcome you into this space. I welcome you to learn more at creativerebirthonline.com. So thank you again. And I am so looking forward to meeting with you all for the next moon ritual. Tell all your friends, bring a friend, and we will keep doing the darn thing. All right? I love you. Have a beautiful, blessed new moon. Ciao for now.